Hi, Genki Call here. It is the week of April 29th, 2024, and we are in Stormheim. We have a lot going on this week. We've got some stuffs going on, and then we also have a break as well. So I'm going to go over all the things. Let's start with the campaign lore. It's going to be short, but feel free to skip right over it. Anywho, the Lion Commanders awarded us an ancient topaz for our help against Tarask. With the first ancient crystal in our grasp, we set out for Stormheim, which sets us up for being in Stormheim this week. So I said we have a lot going on, and so the first thing I want to mention is we have the new spring event. Is it spring? The May Queen. We have this new holiday event. If you already have the spring armor, they have fixed it so you can't accidentally try to buy it again. For the legendary, we have Unag. Unag is going to give life and attack to one ally, boosted by Fairy Fire gems. So every Fairy Fire gem on the board is going to give an additional 8 life and attack. And she's going to destroy 2 random rows in columns, so she'll also get you some mana. And she has a 30% chance to create 3 Fairy Fire gems when the turn begins. How good this troop is? I don't know, but I gotta have it because I have to have all the things. And it's just a little work to get a free legendary, so that is very nice. You should have already gotten Unog's puppet in your mail. And if you have orbs, you can get her completely ascended up if that is what you wish to do. However, you're going to have to go through and buy every copy of this if you want to unlock the golden version. Now, there are no bonuses from the golden version, but it's a new shiny thing, so again, I'll have to do that. As far as the battles go, I'm just going to actually pick the highest level one. We'll pick this one. Here is the team that I have for you, and I will try to remember to put this team code in the description and in the comments below. But for those of you that don't have all the special things, here is a team that you can put together. You will have Rowanne if you have done Forest of Thorns. The Prismatic Orb, you unlock this but just from doing your gem masteries. It's going to give you some mana and boost armor, and that's important because Rowanne's scatter damage is boosted by her armor. And she is so powerful when you get her armor boosted up. Unfortunately, you can't use the Shield of Urskaya, but you can still boost her armor with the Prismatic Orb and with Settite Warrior. Oh, I love this troop. So always cast on Rowanne to give her extra armor, plus he's going to do some extra damage. So the combination, plus we can use Leprechaun. I love this setup. It's a fantastic team. I use it in Delves, or I used to before I had all of the shiny new things that are so powerful. But if you're low level, this is a team you hopefully can put together. Hopefully you can get Leprechaun all traded up because that's what makes him so good. And let me show you one battle with this. So basically, dun 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 dun, you blow off the Leprechaun, kapow! And I highly recommend using move cat. Use a class with Leaf Storm. Any class with Leaf Storm, and I'm going to show you how to sort things so that you can find every class that has Leaf Storm in case you have something maxed out. But basically at this point, all I have to do is cast Rowanne. I have plus 260 because my armor is so high. To boost her armor even more, equip 3 Medals of Guard or Badges of Guard, whatever guard things that you have to boost armor, add those as well. But I could cast, you know what, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to boost armor. And it was 230 before, right? So now it's plus 372. Just, it's a lot. And I want to... Having this up front might not be the best idea. You might want to move Settite Warrior up front, or there is one other weapon that you can use if you have it. It's from Volpacea. You may or may not have it if you're low level, but let me show you what it is. La 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 la, edit teams, and we are going to go to class. Let me do this before I forget. So I know that Archer has Leaf Storm right offhand, and that is a forest. This whole column right here is the forest tree. That's what we're looking for because that's where nature's aura falls. My bad, I can't speak. And so what you do is you go in here and you do the talent tree and you look for forest. And this will show you every single class that has Nature's Aura. So you can choose any of these as long as you have it unlocked. And if you don't use Sunspear. You can, it has Nature's Aura, but if you have it traded out, um, then you're always going to have a Firestorm. So don't use this one. Anything else here you should be fine with. Just be sure that you have Nature's Aura on board and it will make this go much faster. The other weapon I was talking about is armor 2, and that is the Vulpine Protector. You may or may not have this. This is better in my opinion. Problem is it's exactly the same colors as Rowanne, but armor to all allies, or you can barrier all allies. So it's an option if you have it. Prismatic Orb, this might be the better option, but maybe not. I don't know. You can play with it, see what you think. Anyway, moving on to what we've got going on this week. Let's head into the shop, get our resources, get those spoils of war, grab all 10 of these if you can, because every single event key is a chance at a mythic. Then head into weekly event and get Colfrosty. Colfristy. No, it's Colfrosty. Let me show you why. Colfrosty. Colfrosty the snowman. This says Fristy to me, but apparently it's Colfrosty the snowman. Drains up to 20 mana from an enemy. Creates a freeze gem for every 2 mana drained. That means you have a max of 10 freeze gems you can add to the board. I will never use this guy because I don't want those freeze gems on the board because those can backfire too easily unless you have your entire team insulated and immune to frozen. So he does summon an ice storm at the start of battle, but regardless, I must have all the things, and I will get this up to mythic level. That is a guaranteed level 20 troop for when you need it for your power level. And getting those power levels up, I guarantee you, is going to boost your enjoyment of the game. So I highly, highly recommend getting all of your power levels as high as possible. So as far as the troops that you can get this week with your event keys, there are a lot here that you're going to see that you cannot get. And let me go over the ones you can't get first. Then we'll go over the ones that you really, really want to have. So base rarity. The ones you cannot get. Camithialis. This dude. Camithalis. Whatever. This guy. I wish I could edit that out. Anyway. This guy. You cannot get this guy. You have to get this guy in the Soul Forge. Then we have the Giant Sentinel. You can only get him in the Underspire. We have Strength, which you can only get with your tarot cards. Then the Frostfire Keep troops. Anything that says Frostfire Keep here, you cannot get. And there is, I believe, one more. Nope, two more. You will not be able to get Yarn Visa. You can only get this in the Journey event. So you have to go into the shop in the Journey event and get him there. Then we have, I'll upgrade him later. The last one that you cannot get is at the bottom. Yes, Penguin. You cannot get the Penguin from event keys because that is Guild Wars only. Okay, now let's go over what you can get with your event keys and the ones you're really going to want to try for. Number one of which is Mistralis. This is, to me, one of the first mythics that you should be going for as a newbie in the game. She is very powerful. She gets an extra turn unless she's frozen. Guaranteed extra turn. She gives enchant to all allies on a 4+ gem matches, and she does splash damage to multiple enemies. So you have her on a good looping team, and you just destroy your enemy. It's fantastic, especially for Guild Wars. And I'll come back to that. Onyx Giant, also very good. If you like skull spamming, deal scatter damage, convert 8 gems of a chosen color to Uber Doom skulls. Now, it's only going to convert 8. So, let's see, I might have a mythic spotlight on him. If I do, I'll have it pop up in the last 15 seconds of this video. So keep an eye out for that. I'll try to remember to add that because I think I have a spotlight on this guy. But, yeah, you if you choose wisely with what you're converting, he will loop. He's got that extra scatter damage as well. Super nice. Skull damage reduction and creates 2 Uber Doom Skulls when he takes skull damage. So if you have him at the front of the team, it's up to you whether you want to risk that. But Jotnar Storm Shield is kind of crappy. True damage to one enemy boosted by barriered allies and giant allies. Now, the one good thing about Jotnar is that he is going to randomly give a barrier to an ally on 4+ gem matches. Not randomly, he will give a random ally. You know what I mean. It says right there. Next. I like both Hindla and Jarl. So Hindla is good because um, she summons. There it is. I was looking at my, she does summon. She does that splash damage, which means you can hit a max of 3 enemies, and splash damage is explained right here if you don't know what splash damage does. But if they are not touching, she will not hit the other enemies. So that's the downside of splash damage. But she does do that summoning if you need it. And Jarl Fire Mantle. He's going to burn a random enemy on 4+ gem matches, which can be very powerful on the right team. He'll create 9 red and 9 yellow gems and do damage to one enemy. Not amazing, but he's pretty good. Vidar the Vast, if you are running on a heavily blue team, he can devour. Choose an enemy. There's a 10% chance to devour them, boosted by blue gems. Each blue gem is an additional 4% chance to devour. And if you have the board flooded with blue, and there are great teams for that, you're going to guarantee to devour something. Otherwise, he's only going to do 52 damage. Balder is very, very good, especially Balder with lots of other Balders on the team. Create 4 skulls boosted by blue allies. Doesn't sound like much, but put him on a team with all blue allies and you'll see this guy is really, really good. If you like skull spamming, he's quite good for that. Next up, what was it about Bonebiter? Oh, if they're undead that you're fighting, there's a 50% chance to devour them. Then we've got, that's Frostfire Keep. Half Grim, half Giant. Oh, it's just that he's a God Slayer. Very, very helpful if you're fighting anything with a red border. Let's see if there's anything else really noticeable in here. Sapphire Giant's okay. And I'm not, I don't have perfect memory, so I may be missing out on something that's really powerful here. But the last one I really want to mention is Snowy Owl. Snowy Owl on a team with Shabanu Vespera is amazing. I hope I have a video for that. I'm sure I have a Shabanu Vespera video. This is amazing with Shabanu. Destroy all purple gems, which goes right into Shabanu Vespera. You put this on an all-yellow team with Shabanu, and you choose yellow to loop with Snowy Owl. It's really good, and it's a common. You will have this if you have opened any keys at all. You will probably already have that, so you don't have to worry about the event keys on that. Just wanted to mention it. Oh, all right. What's next? La la la. Oh, yeah, I need to do that. Okay, next up, let me see. So my timer's running down. I accidentally collected my PvP stuff. All right, next, let's go over the weekly events. We've got, already went over the spring event. Let's head in here to Journey and let me show you this new troop we've got in here. And we also have a new weapon in here, and that reminds me, I'll come back to that in a second. So the new troop, Yarn Visa, in the event shop, he's going to do damage to an enemy, create 2 blue gems boosted by giant allies. Meh, nah, it's another crappy journey troop. So, I mean, you know the deal by now. But if you have Mistralis, you should be okay. If you don't, well, I'll see what I can come up with for Journey. There's also this new weapon, the Ice Bolt Blade. Is going to do damage to an enemy boosted by blue allies and giant allies, an additional 3 damage for each blue and each giant. Not great, but you want to have all the things so that you don't get weapon blocked on your power levels. And that reminds me, I'll try to remember to mention it on my Soul Forge video, but tomorrow during the faction assault, at Frostfire Keep, you will be able to get Frostfire Keeps up here. During the Faction Assault here, you will be able to get the weapon in the Faction Assault shop or in the Soul Forge. Don't spend your hard-earned diamonds on the weapon, just get it in the shop. My opinion, of course. But the weapon that will be available tomorrow is not great, in my opinion, again, but you gotta have all the things. So it's the Frostfire Jewel. Damage to an enemy if the enemy's frozen. Curse them if the enemy's burning. Death mark them if they're frozen and burning, which Frostfire King does, then you will do both, curse and death mark. So that is that. So as far as what else we have tomorrow, of course, we have the Faction Assault. Then on Wednesday, we have Giantini. On Thursday, we have the... What did it do? Right, I had brain freeze for a second. Titan class trial. Titan is a very good class, so you'll want to be sure and do that class event if you don't have it maxed out yet. And then this weekend, as I mentioned at the start of the video, we have the weekend off, unless you just enjoy doing Arena. And, you know, Arena has its place. I don't hate it, but I sure don't love it. And I hate for you people that are newer, it is great because it's going to teach you about the troops in the game. That is good. However, you get no class experience for it, and working on your class experience is really important if you're low level, so... And the rewards aren't great for arenas. Gotta pick and choose what you're gonna do there. So anyway, that's it for this video. Check out the videos popping up on the screen right now if you're so inclined. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you may be, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!